Greetings, y'all. Hope everybody's doing well. Spent the last week in the White Mountains in New Hampshire. And let me tell you, they lived up to their reputation. Very tall, very rocky, very challenging. We started out on the Franconia Ridge. It's a prominent ridge that has a spine that's connected by Mount Liberty, Mount Lincoln, and Mount Lafayette, which Lafayette tops out at just over 5,200, and I think it's 5,250. But really enjoyable hike. That is Mount Washington. That's the goal today. Get up to the top, to the summit. Actually, the goal is to get to the summit and get down back below the tree line, find a campsite. I thought I'd give you guys some perspective. Next up was the Presidential Range, which is all named for presidents. This particular range is known for its notoriously bad weather, but we really lucked out because we ended up with some fantastic weather. Summited Mount Washington at over 6,000 feet, and it was just absolutely spectacular weather. Crazy thing was, there happened to be a bicycle race occurring at the same time, where at the top of the mountain there was probably, I don't know, 500 to maybe 750 people. It was a lot of people at the summit, which made getting a picture at the summit sign very difficult. Something else I found really interesting was there's a train that will take you, if you don't feel like hiking or biking, in a car up to the top. That's a train station at the base of Mount Washington. And believe it or not, there's a train that runs up along this ridge line. I don't know if you can see those tracks, but it's crazy steep. And it goes all the way to the summit of this mountain. Some 6,000 feet. Pretty incredible. There is a train that'll take you up there. It's a biodiesel, but man, is it ever slow. I think I can. Mount Washington is the tallest of the presidentials, coming in at over 6,200 feet. It's also home to the highest winds ever recorded on the earth at 231 miles an hour. We were really very lucky that the weather cooperated. We had spectacular weather the day we summited. It was also followed by Mount Adams and Mount Jefferson. The White Mountains have a handful of huts, which is a couple of notches above a shelter. I really think it's designed for the people who are out for the weekend, kind of glamping, if you will. It's a structure that has beds for you to sleep in, and they can also they serve you a meal, both breakfast and dinner. And it's not really what the thru hikers use. It's really more for, like I said, glamping. But a lot of the hikers will stop there for water or to grab a snack or something while they're making their way through the whites. And while I was at Mount Adams, the hut there, called Madison Hut, one of the workers at the hut came up to me and said, "Are you a thru hiker?" And I said, "Sure." And he said, "Well, if you're willing to give a 20 or 30 minute talk to our guests about your experiences on the trail, we'll feed you and you can spend the night here." So I said, "Absolutely, sure, why not?" So I gave a talk to the guests who were staying at the hut, and after my little song and dance, I got a free meal and I was able to spend the night. What I didn't know is one of my buddies, Trip, was taking pictures while I was doing my talk and the Q&A, and the setting was really nice because the sun was going down, and it really was picturesque. In the distance, you can see Bretton Woods. Bretton Woods became famous in the 1940s at the end of World War II, when the Allies got together and basically created the IMF, the International Monetary Fund. Now it's nothing more than a ski resort here in New Hampshire. I finished up the Whites with a hike up Wildcat Mountain and Mount Moriah, which was the equivalent of a double black diamond. For any of you snow skiers out there, you'll understand exactly what that is. It's very steep, but I did it and I survived it. Well, the White Mountains certainly lived up to their reputation as being very difficult, very technical, very rocky. You can see from some of these videos, many of the climbs were just straight up. I just put away my trekking poles and just climbed. But I did survive and finished the Whites, and now it's on to Maine. So I have completed 13 of the 14 states, which is shocking, and I have one state left, and that's Maine, and that's where Katahdin lies. So until my next video, I hope everybody's doing well, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.